you're looking at the camera. Are we live? Answer me.
Probably.
Okay. Yep, there it is.
Hey, hot damn.
Hey, hot damn.
Oh, my stupid staring face is the thumbnail. That's what I'm going for. No, it'll be right after when I go, ha ha ha, look at me, I'm looking sideways and stupid.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's me.
All right, let me promote the show.
I do a pretty good impression of myself. Yeah, it's the best one I've ever heard. That's my superpower. Shabba-dabba-bow.
Podcast link. Now I will tweet.
Oh no, tweet. I'm gonna have to open up the hellscape.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna.
Don't do it. I did it. Hey, everybody.
Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Hi.
Brian's here before Bill.
What?
Where's Bill? What did you do with Bill? Bring back Bill.
How'd you get here before Bill?
Where
How do you know about the smile tray?
is the Bill? Man, look at Lorenzo Lamas.
Yeah, look
What a fucking handsome man.
Yeah,
He was TV's renegade.
that he was. That he was.
Yep. Pretty man.
Yeah.
I could look like that if I wanted to.
No, you good.
It's true.
I don't think you could.
Hey, I got dark.
I was working on you.
Oh, okay.
You were super.
Yeah,
you were super white over
I'm
there.
over here in the supernova.
Yeah.
Champagne supernova.
Oh.
In the sky.
Anyway. Just wondering.
Anyway, indeed. So, hello everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to the live stream.
We're here. I mean,
It's a bold new era of the BMFcast.
is it?
Yep.
What, the extra on live on Prime?
Yep. That's right. We've taken over. You're going to get our extra shenanigans for free.
Mm-hmm.
Usually you have to pay $1 to get this.
Yeah, I know, right? That's.
It's usually
how I
free to
live.
get 4 of us or free to get 3 of us. You got to pay to get 2 of us.
Yeah.
Now you get 2 of us for free.
Yeah.
That's the kind of podcast we are.
What does it cost to have a single one of us? Or does that vary?
Depends.
Dealer's choice?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a different website
Oh.
for the solo stuff. Yeah. So,
What?
what are we doing tonight?
Oh,
Got this critter flying around in here.
that damn critter.
Get on out of here.
Get on out of here.
You get the hell out.
Get out of here, boy.
You get out of here.
I don't love you. Get out.
Right.
You get.
You get. Y'all get to watch me lube my lips. Get all up in there. Yeah. Pretty good. Now you get to watch Harlow do it. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I was involving the tongue for some reason.
Sure. Well, you know,
Yeah.
you don't want to chap tongue.
No, you don't.
Not during the podcast.
Yeah.
It's bad.
That's real bad. Did you get him? Get out of here, boy.
You get on out of here. There you are. You're on my screen.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why do we hurt the ones that we love, Chuck?
I don't know, but he's dead now.
Oh, no.
You should have Why didn't you listen?
Yeah.
I asked you to go.
R.I.P. in pieces.
You were my boy.
You should have done
Oh, man. We are goofy tonight because this movie was goofy. What a goofy movie.
Yeah, it's a big goof.
It's a lot of goofs.
But not a goof.
Not a goof.
Not a goof.
Not a-
Goofy, but not a goof.
Not a goof. There was one guy in this film who talked like he was on that podcast.
Yeah?
Yeah. You knew him as Wheels.
Oh, that guy.
He was like, hey, my friends. Not a
Oh.
goof. If you don't know what we're talking about, please go to patreon.com/BMFcast and listen to the free episode 1.
The mini-sode.
Goof, not a goof.
It's a mini-sode or something. It's a webisode? It's a quibby.
It's just a nugget.
It's a nug. It's a sweet vine-like thing.
Yes. It is a delightful minute and 55 seconds that you will enjoy forever. And it's free. Because that's the kind of people we are.
Yeah.
Giving away the good stuff.
We're compassionate. We fucking care.
Yeah, assholes.
Yeah.
Get it through your thick skulls. We fucking care.
Yeah. We're the podcast that cares.
Yeah.
That's how we've always been known.
It is. That's our tagline.
I feel like it. Yeah. How many times have we said that?
Yeah, every episode.
Yeah, every one.
Podcast that cares. I'm worried about Bill.
Donde está Bill?
Do you work Tuesdays, Bill?
Is it Tuesday? Oh, it is Tuesday.
Yep.
That's it.
It's-
fucked things up.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, last week it was Monday. It's crazy.
I don't know. What's the schedule?
Doesn't matter anymore. We'll do this anytime, man.
Yeah.
We're fucking loco.
We don't even know. Well, I guess we should maybe do this or so. Doesn't feel right starting without Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Bill will be here soon.
Now the bill should come due soon.
Overdue.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
You'll know when Bill arrives because we'll stop the podcast and celebrate Bill's arrival.
All I can say is Donde está la Quinta, but that's where's the check, not.
I thought that's where's the La Quinta.
Well, La Quinta the Quinta means the check, so it's actually called the check-in. That's the joke.
I don't like that.
Well, now you know, and you can't unknow it.
I-
Like seeing the arrow on the FedEx label.
I don't like that either. I don't like any of that.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, but it's the
I don't
truth.
like the A to Z in Amazon. I don't like that.
Okay.
I don't like knowing these things.
I'm sorry, but yeah, if you're wanting
Check
to
in.
check, you say, La Cuenta, por favor, because it's also considered rude to bring the check.
Oh.
It's basically saying, get the fuck out. So you ask for it at the very end, and
Okay.
you have to ask for it,
I get it.
or you'll be sitting there for forever.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you recording?
I am.
Let's do a podcast.
Okie dokie.
Let's talk to the people.
I was gonna, teach some more very basic Spanish, but it's fine. SOCKS. It is actually, that's from an old radio commercial that is actually gibberish in Spanish. So don't listen to radio commercials that. I'm saying listen to podcasts that claim they will teach you Spanish, like the bad movie Fiends.
Oh.
However, do not listen to radio commercials that would claim to teach you Spanish by spelling the word socks,
Okay.
because it's nonsense.
Oh.
I mean, it's all words. Like SOC is like that's
Yes.
what I mean. It's supposed to be that's what it is, and it is
Uh-huh.
like grammatically those are the words, but that means nothing
Oh.
in context.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Anywho,
Yeah.
let's do a podcast.
All right.
Nope. No.
Poor.
Nada.
Bad.
Mal.
Muy mal. More power.
All right, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
What? That's not
Ow!
much of a chorus.
Oh.
I usually expect a lot more.
Well,
A Morris of a chorus.
strap in, everybody.
Man, right into it.
Yeah.
I'm Harlow.
I'm Chuck.
Yeah.
Welcome to the BMFcast.
That's what we do is pun it up right at the beginning.
Yep.
Or that's not even a pun. That's just stupid.
Amen.
Yeah. What we do each and every episode of the BMFcast is,
Yep.
even if we're a couple of people short of a BMFcast, we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie, and we come in here and talk about it. Then they get ratings. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 Jacksons and Robot Jocks.
Robot Jocks. Yay.
Yay. That's a good thing. But there are bad movies and slight, whatever. But how many times have I fucking said this?
A lot.
A lot.
Try again.
Yeah. But there are bad movies. As a stay away, they get a negative sliding scale as a one. Fuck off. Jesus.
That's a new rating scale.
Fuck off, Jesus. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
We should have production meetings before you change the rating scale on us like that.
Yeah, that's not going to be sit very well in the general public. But there are bad movies. As a stay away, they get a negative sliding scale, 1 to 5 bags and giant bags of trash in
Boo.
which they belong.
Boo. Boo.
Not named after any one particular movie anymore.
Nope. They're just bags filled with refuse.
Mm-hmm. They don't deserve an allegiance to a movie of any kind.
No.
Bad or good.
You've probably seen a movie that has a trash bag in it. Mm-hmm. That's what we're talking about.
Yep. Garbage day.
Right.
Yeah.
So, what do we watch this week?
I don't know, because it doesn't know either. We watched a movie from, 1994?
1994.
Possibly called Bad Blood?
Bad Blood.
Or possibly called Viper.
Viper.
I'm going to go with Bad Blood because it makes more sense.
Viper makes no sense.
Yeah.
None.
But it has one Mr. Lorenzo Lamas in it.
It does. So first, it was written by Neil Ruttenberg, who wrote Deathstalker 2, which that should have been a clue as to how goofy this thing was going to be, because Deathstalker 2 is fucking goofy shit.
Okay.
But yeah, it does star Lorenzo Lamas, he of Snake Eater and Mega Shark vs. Giant Octopus fame.
Truly his most notable roles of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, Snake Eater is a pretty good one to be known for.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, although that may change.
Yeah.
Hank, I believe his last name is pronounced Chain. I looked it up, and there was really no consensus, and I apologize, sir, if I've mispronounced your name. He was in Death Spa. He plays Lorenzo Lamas' brother.
Okay.
And also, the most decorated alum of this episode, John P. Ryan from Avenging Force, Best of the Best, Class of 1999, and Delta Force 2.
Mm-hmm.
He's Lorenzo Lamas' dad.
Yeah. Daddy Lamas.
And there are a couple other people who are in this, familiar that guys, but often they, are playing like Hood number 2 and stuff like that. There are a couple people in this where we go, I know you, but to go through their filmography was a bit of a hassle. So,
Yeah.
just familiar faces amongst the stunt crew.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie takes a minute to let you know what it's about. It takes a few minutes to let you know what it's about.
This movie starts like it's an episode. It's like the third episode of a television series that you missed the pilot. Just things are happening and people are talking. You're like, I don't know who you are or what you're talking about. Y'all seem to know, but no one is letting us know. Yeah, it starts with it's weird. So the guy they hired to be Lorenzo Lamas' brother looks a lot like Lorenzo Lamas.
Yeah, it was like when the movie started, I actually was like, is that Lorenzo Lamas?
That's what I was doing the same thing. I'm like,
I was like, that's not Lorenzo
There's
Lamas.
no way they're going to like off this dude in the opening scene. That's the star of the film. But no, it's his brother. And just he's walking to his car and some toughs show up and rough him up. Basically, where's the money, Lebowski?
I mean, I got to be honest. Like, Lorenzo Lamas is one of those things, like, I think his name is funnier to say than he actually deeply connects with my psyche. Like,
Okay.
It's like, okay, there's Lou Diamond Phillips, and I can say Lou Diamond Phillips, and like, bam, Lou Diamond Phillips picture is in my head.
Sure.
I'm like, oh, I know what he looks like.
Yeah.
And, and it's like, it's a fun name to say because it's like, boom, 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 Lou Diamond Phillips. Lorenzo Lamas is like, it's a fun name to say, but then, like, it does not immediately make his face appear in my head.
So you get like a vague impression of maybe a dude with long hair.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's like seeing Fabio out of focus. It's just like muscular and some flowing hair and probably atop a motorcycle or a Jeep.
Whatever you would find your Renegades on.
Yeah, I mean, did he drive a Jeep Renegade? Is that why it was called Renegade?
No, probably not.
Okay. He never drives a Viper in this. So,
no.
Though he could have. I think this was about when they came out.
Yeah,
so,
well, yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we established it was because they probably changed the title based on the
television show from 1994 called Viper.
Yeah. Which apparently lasted a lot longer than Chuck or I, where we both thought it was a colossal failure, like this weird, like, Ford and NBC were like, let's do a thing and promote a new car. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, apparently that show was on for like 5 years. But I think that was a case of like a show that got canceled and then like the USA Network picked it up or some shit like that. So.
Sure.
But I didn't research it that much because I don't care.
Why not Manimal is all I can say.
Why not Manimal? Where's my 5 years of Misfits of Science?
Yes. Yes. 1,000 times yes.
Yes, I'm with you. We're the powers of Matthew Starr. Let's fucking do this.
Okay.
Anyway, we could name old NBC shows all day long. But yeah, so dudes show up to rough up Lorenzo Lamas' brother. He gets away. There is a car chase. And that just kind of ends. There's really no resolution to that. Except that he gets away.
This was after they shot the other dude's family, right? Or no, yeah, they go rough.
That's the next scene.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
because it's like, who's this guy? And it at first
he's calling that guy.
Yeah. It really feels like this case of mistaken identity. Honestly, like the way he's playing it, it's like. Part of me is like, is that Lorenzo Lamas? Because like my brain may be broken, and it it could
again,
be,
you have a vague recollection of what Lorenzo Lamas looks like.
Sure, we've established I have a mild face blindness when it comes to Lorenzo Lamas.
I did the same thing. I was like, wait a minute, is he playing a dual role or something? This is strange.
It's like a Lorenzo Lamas oil painting. Sorry. I don't know why I just went that far, and I apologize. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what, but yes, he gets away, and then the next scene is like
he's trying to call this guy, but this guy is in the park. There's a family in a park. Threatening to hit each other with a soccer ball. It is the weirdest whatever game they are playing, but there's obviously a husband and wife and a small child, and this jaunty music is playing the whole time.
Yes,
and
very jaunty.
Cell phone starts ringing, so they're like, "Child, go answer that." So the child goes to answer that, and there's a bad guy there, and the bad guy's like, "Magic trick," and she's like, "Yay!" And then he's like, "Gun," and she's like, "Oh no!" And so she gets silenced, shot. And then the parents are like, what was that? Because they heard the shot. And they go over and they also get shot. And they are dead. And we're like, who are these people?
I just want to note that you're not alone if you're of a certain age, that if you have Rage Against the Machine in your head right now, I do. I wanted to know you're not alone. Because when you said, I think I heard a shot. Yeah. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Setting them up.
Yeah.
So I think at this point we see Lorenzo Lamas welding together his antique tow truck. He's in a garage just sanding and
No, I think it goes straight to his baseball game.
No, the first time you see him, he's working on his truck, and then it cuts to him at the baseball field.
Oh, okay.
Just hitting tiny dingers out to the small children.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, wasn't there like the first time we show him was like this weird like long sweaty Michael Bay Diet Coke commercial thing.
Camera panning up, it stops at his crotch for one point. He's working with his hands, which are near his crotch, but the way the shot is filmed, you're like, hello, move the camera somewhere else, please. Or don't, whichever.
No.
Do
not.
So yeah, then it cuts to him at a baseball game, and right away he's got a bit of an accent for some reason that will mostly fade out by the time the movie is over, but he is super
in this scene
countrying it up for some. He's like, "Hey, child, here comes a ball," and it's like fucking AJ Styles is out there, and you're like, "What the hell?" And there's just a bunch of ADR of like, hey, say hi to your dad. Here you go. Here's a dinger.
Come on, Nathaniel. Let's play some ball now. Come on.
So it's really strange because he does not do that for the rest of the film. Yeah. He just resorts to Lorenzo Lamas' voice. But in this opening scene, he was like, I'm going to try this with an accent. And there's a lady in the stands, and he looks over and sees that there's a lady there, and nothing comes from that except that.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is like, skip ahead, they know each other. But there's these like weird shots of like, hey.
Oh, there's 10 straight minutes of who are you people to each other. At first, it just seems like, here's a sexy lady checking out Lorenzo Lamas at a Little League game, as you do. So the toughs who we've seen in other scenes pull up into the parking lot, and she's like, well, I need to leave. And he notices this and goes to investigate, and he's just like, get out of here, lady.
Well, they're kind of starting to surround her around her car.
Yeah.
And, he just
and
steps in with a baseball bat.
Yeah, this just leads to a fight, which this sets the tone for what's going to happen in action scenes for the rest of the film, although you're not quite sure of that yet. This could just be a goofy scene. He's doing flips, and at one point there's a brick fight where he is constantly smashing this dude's crotch with a brick. And at one point they're dueling with bricks.
Yes. Also, people just are pulling chains off of his ancient tow truck.
Yes, it's just a weird, isolated Mad Max fight in this Little League baseball field parking lot.
Not only that, it's like, to paint the scene even better, is it's like there's a Little League field. I mean, there's a baseball diamond, but then, like, one of those, 1994, like, super modern, like, foam-bottomed, like, really nice parks. You know what I mean? Like, around the mid-90s when everyone kind of went like, hey, maybe wrought iron monkey bars on top of concrete is not the best place to put our children.
Yeah, we started to think a little better.
Yeah.
We had a lot of time to think in the 90s because there wasn't anything going on.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, I'm just saying, it's like it's just weird. It's like, hey, we got to go grab this lady. Where's the best place? How about the family fun center? Like, where there's like people all around. Like, it's just like, oh, cool. Like, let's steal her out of the middle of a very public place.
There's this very red hand-to-hand combat going on at the baseball field.
Yep.
Where everyone has just picked up their children.
This is also where we get our first quickly establishing shot of his hanger-on girlfriend. Because she's like,
well, no, it's the scene after this, because like the fight ends and it cuts to a strip club.
No, she was there. She was like, remember, she was wearing like super short shorts for no fucking reason. Like,
was that her?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just some lady hanging out on the baseball field.
Sure. Like,
okay, you're
her.
right. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that was her. Like, okay, so yeah.
It's weird because at the end of that they get in the truck, but it's not like they're in a hurry or anything. It's just like, well, that happened. Let's get you to work, honey.
Yeah, yeah. Because here's the thing. I don't know. Because this movie never bothers to give you details, I'm just going to go and paint the picture of Lorenzo Lamas' life.
Okay.
He was a cop.
He was.
He helped destroy evidence because his brother's a douchebag.
Your brother's a colossal piece of shit.
And basically
he was talked into it by his dad.
Yeah, and got caught and, put in prison for destroying it, tampering with evidence. And then, which is weird because, like, I guess you don't have evidence, so they can't do anything against the brother, but it seems a little weird for, like, whatever super harsh penalty of him, and then the brother to be like, yeah, whatever, we don't have anything on you, go. But I guess that's how it works.
Well, he destroyed it.
Yes,
so.
that's true. But
even though we all saw it
right.
and know what it was, it won't hold up in court. So
right.
You're free to go. Lorenzo Lamas, you get in jail.
Yeah. So he's got this like seedy underbelly nature of his life, but he's also like supposed to be this super duper awesome good guy. So it's just kind of strange because, like, all right, he's coaching whatever the hell baseball thing this is. Maybe working at a salvage yard. I don't know. Just because we
never see his job.
Yeah, I mean, he works on that truck, and then
he's just got a truck and he wears this team is sponsored by Eduardo's towing yard or whatever.
Sure. But does he work there? I don't know. Or does he work security at the strip club? I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
He goes to the strip club, but that could also just be to take his lady who works there to work.
I believe it was because he just sits at the bar and drinks until the bar closes.
But I mean, that's also kind of like what Patrick Swayze did in Roadhouse. Like,
true.
Just generally hang around unless there's trouble.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's there and tinkling away at the piano, and then the lady who was at the stadium shows up. Now, the movie's not really telling you it's the same lady. You just kind of have to work it out like this is that same lady. And she sits down, and they start having a familiar conversation.
Like, remember when you taught me this? And it's like, what?
It's like, didn't you
Well,
just meet at the baseball
And also, he's
field?
like, and even making it even weirder, like when she walks in and sits down, he's like, "What are you doing, stranger?" or something like that, or like I don't know,
Right.
Who are you? Like,
It's
it's the whole thing is like played out very strange
Right.
for what is essentially his former lover turned sister-in-law.
right. She was with him until he went to jail, and she got lonely, so she hooked up and apparently married the brother.
Oh, sure. Okay.
So
that whole
they're
thing.
either together or they're married. It's never quite clear. But the movie really doesn't spell that out for you for a while.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't help that Lorenzo Lamas' girlfriend is super jealous of this lady, and he has the ability to diffuse this situation instantly by saying, "That's my sister-in-law," or "That's my brother's girlfriend," or "My family's in trouble," or any number of things that would diffuse it. He just keeps saying, "I don't know her."
Yeah, she's not important.
I don't know who she is. You're crazy in the head, lady. I have no idea what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I guess that's just it's going to my point of. Look, in this movie it doesn't really bother me because this movie is just bonkers all around. But I think it's just getting to that point of like, wow, like it's real strange when we somehow flip the script on like what we consider the hero in our movie, and it's just like this movie like literally does him no favors as far as like he's a good guy, just a bad situation. It's just like
He's dumb.
Yeah.
He does dumb things, and it's one of those movies that the movie cannot progress unless he does
Right.
dumb things.
yes, yeah. I think that's what and also I guess in this movie's favors, everybody makes the worst decisions
Yes,
at all points.
Every time it's like, what are you doing? So
yeah.
he
So
has the sex with the girlfriend, and then that abruptly stops, and he just gets up and packs a bag and says, "I've got family business. I've got to go." And she's like, "You're going to see that whore, aren't you?" And he's like, "I don't know who that is. Goodbye." And she's just like, if you're cheating on me, I will fucking hunt you down and murder you." And he's like, "Well, whatever.
So-
You can stay here if you want."
here's all the stupid, just in this one sequence alone, here's the stupid that happens.
Okay.
So this lady shows up, who's his sister-in-law or
Yes.
whatever she is, writes her phone number or writes her address down or, their address down in a matchbook with just her name.
Yep.
Not Rhonda, whatever their last name is or
Nope.
whatever, it could be something that would be like a sister.
They have a cool last name. What is it? Blackstone.
Yeah, sure. So then he's like wakes up in the middle of the night, is staring at the matchbook, throws all this shit in the bag, never says anything like that. That was my sister-in-law because my dad had a heart attack. I got to go see him. You just stay here. Nothing to worry about. All these things that could diffuse it, and then leaves the matchbook behind. To which, of course, she finds it and is like, "That son of a bitch." Now, in any other movie, it's just this lady's part is done. It's just it was jealous stripper who was,
No.
taking keeping him busy while he was off moping, being sad boy ex-cop.
Right.
In this movie it's like, no, she's on a mission.
She will be an agent of chaos who will move the plot along because otherwise there's no way to do that.
Yeah.
But he goes to the house, and his brother's like, "Hey, it's my brother. Get in here."
Yeah,
And,
check this place out. Isn't it great?
yeah. And they go see his dad, and his dad's like, "Hey, my boy." And they're basically like, "Look, here's the deal. We came to get you because I owe some bankers $100,000, and they're real upset about it. And can you use your powers to get them off our backs for a little while?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay, sure, maybe, but let's all just hang out for a while." And then the bad guys have okay. Well, wait.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like weird scenes where he can't stop staring at the lady once he shows up. That's the other weird thing is it's just like he was basically like, "I won't even look at you. I don't know you. Who are you? Get out of my face. You broke my heart. Get the fuck out of here." And then like gets to their house and it's just like, she's party. Just the whole time. To which his brother catches it, and there's like a momentary like him look out the window like, "I don't know. He's talking to my lady."
Yeah.
Because there's like there's a lot of dumb going on, but like they've got the world's tiniest little lap pool, and I mean it's just like it's a one person lap pool basically, and she just like he's sitting at one end of it, to which she deductively gets out of the water right in front of him and is just like, "Ooh, I'm all wet and cold," and and they just start flirting, which the brother sees, and then it's just like bad guys show up with guns. So it's just it's like this half second of like, I still have feelings for you, maybe, but I can't, and because I'm the good guy in this movie, maybe.
Sure.
And then bad guys show up and then just shoot a lot of shit.
There's shooting and so yes, this is a gunfight / fight scene.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of slow-mo, crazy-ass bullshit happening. One guy comes at Lorenzo Lamas with a knife, who Lorenzo Lamas immediately takes and stabs him with that knife. Mm-hmm. And this dude looks like he has been betrayed. This guy has an expression like, how did that happen? What the hell? Because he came at him like he did this. I'm going to throw my knife up in the air and catch it with the other hand because that's how badass I am. And Lamas, in like 2 seconds, flips it around and stabs him with his own knife. And he's like, how the hell?
Yeah, I mean, it ultimately ends like they grab the old man and are like dragging him down the stairs.
Yeah, it's a weird standoff that shouldn't end the way it does, but it so they've got the old man at gunpoint.
Well, they had the brother like pinned behind a bar, and he just was like doing the pop-up shoot, and they drag the old man down the stairs until basically like, hey, drop your weapon. He's like, pops, and does like, I don't know if he puts his gun all the way down or just like lowers it or whatever. But
well, they don't really get to this point because they've got the dad. Mm-hmm. Lorenzo Lamas has a dude, and he's like, I'm going to shoot this dude unless you let my dad go, which no henchman would be like. They would be like, go ahead. That guy? Who cares?
Yeah, he's just a work friend.
But lady comes in with a shotgun on the other side of the fucking room. Like, she's not in range of anybody. And she's like, I'm going to shoot your balls off unless you let him go. And they're like, yep, touche, madam. You have us. We will be on our way now. Mm-hmm. And then...
Well, they had to gauge the situation.
They leave, and everyone's like, dude, what the hell? That's not about $100,000. And he's like, all right, I stole $5 million
from the cartel.
Yeah, from the cartel.
Basically, like I was laundering cartel money through Dad's business.
Yeah,
which Dad doesn't seem to have any real like response or reaction to.
No.
And then
Dad's motivation in this entire movie is to watch television.
Yeah,
like
that and keep my boy alive. Right. Keep my dumbass boy alive.
But my God, when he reveals that he stole $5 million, the dad just could not be more, son, I am disappointed. He is just like, oh, Jesus, God, no. Why?
I believe he says $5 fucking million.
Yes. Yeah. He's like, look, we can't raise that. We can't get it. And he's like, you have to pay that back. And he's like, well, okay, here's what I did. Mm-hmm. There was a too good to be true land deal going on, and I gave him $5 million, and he said I would triple my money in a week. And guess what? All the money's gone. Mm-hmm. So they're all like, Jesus Christ.
And I mean, like, as far as like the weirdest, most inconsequential, like, okay, so you've got this now red herring, this MacGuffin thing, of like, we've got to get the money. And it seems like, all right, shit, that's going to be what the movie's about, is like somehow we've got to find the money and whatever bullshit. No, they just go to this guy's office and be like, hey, or his house, actually, and comment about like how he just bought a fully loaded Mercedes or whatever. And then they basically just bust in and I don't really understand it, but it's like he's got biker protection, or is it somebody later?
No, that's the dude at his house. Yeah, he's got like a lady who comes out and she's like, he's not available.
Supposed to be his daughter, I think.
I don't know. That lady.
They said something. Like, I know, but I'm pretty sure maybe they meant it in some weird way. But I'm pretty sure like we need to see your dad. I'm pretty sure is what I heard.
But giant ass biker man walks out and he's like, not on my watch.
No, I mean this is like a California McMansion. I mean, but it's like they open the doors and it's like what you think bald biker dude with a rebel flag tattoo on his vest. It's like, yeah, that guy. Like, like an Altamont here.
So, Lamas has to fight this dude just to get in the house. And this starts a thing that the soundtrack will do, which is this weird crunchy guitar riff that punctuates every action scene afterwards in some way, shape, or form. But in this case, it's when that dude gets kicked in the balls. Mm-hmm. Yep. He gets kicked in the balls and goes, oh, and the guitar goes, wow.
Yep.
This dude like picks Lorenzo Lamas up, and Lorenzo Lamas does the hand clap, the wrestling hand clap on the ears. Mm-hmm. And it's just a lot of just kicking this dude, trying to get him down, and eventually he just kicks him into the pool, which of course defeats him because that's big guys are defeated by pools. But they get into this dude, and this is just weasel guy. You've seen this guy in a million things. But he's just like, the money, I don't know. There's some of it in a trunk in a thing. Go get it. So they just go to like this storage facility and open up a trunk of a car, and there's a bag with some cash in it. But it certainly is no fucking way $5 million.
Nope.
But they just act like, all right, well, this will have to do. So
my estimate was like between $400,000 and $600,000.
Okay.
Max that could have been in the size of that
sure.
bag. In the 100 bundles that it was. You know?
But one, they act like our problems are solved. Two, they don't go and immediately deliver it to the bad guys. They go to a fucking bar.
Yep.
I believe after this point, they have already, because like they've already vacated the house because the main bad guy is there when the girlfriend shows up. Mm-hmm. She's shown up because she has the address, and she's like, there's some menace and there's some, but basically she's like, I hate him. I will help you find him. So
yeah, I mean here's what's weird is like they're basically like, again, this movie's not super clear about this as to who these people are or where they're going.
Right.
But what it turns out is he calls an old buddy of his. Mm-hmm. Two old buddies. One, he's got a hippie dude who has a commune that like operated in the 70s, who now lives there by himself.
He's the only one left,
and
no one else was committed.
basically takes his dad there,
yes.
and his dad's like, I'm not sitting with it. Like that's the funniest thing is like people are nonplussed by everything when like their lives are in danger. Like they're just complaining about some bullshit, and I don't know. It's actually I was about to say that's really weird, and I couldn't relate, and then I realized people couldn't put a tiny piece of fabric over their nose to save lives. But so yeah, I mean,
it checks out.
Yeah, it did.
This is a remarkable look at human behavior.
The math checks out. Turns out, yeah. But I mean, like this guy's just like fucking hell. I can't believe I'm gonna have to sit here with this hippie bullshit and flower power bullshit. And then the guy's like
communist.
And then the guy's like, hey man, I got a TV with a satellite and 300 channels. He's like, all right, and then basically just plants down in his egg chair and never moves again.
He's just there for the rest of the film. He's just watching TV.
You're generally watching some sort of martial arts, like he was watching boxing at one point, then just karate from whatever satellite F-band satellite thing he picked up.
Yep. Yeah. That's him for the rest of the film.
Yep. And then the brother and the wannabe girlfriend sister-in-law go to this like shit ass hotel that he just knows the guy that runs it.
Mm-hmm. They knew each other in prison.
Sure.
He helped him out.
Okay.
He's like he was good to me as a cop in prison. He kept me safe.
Yeah.
So they've got a little safe house. Mm-hmm. So the girlfriend has shown up, offered the information. The bad guy's like, cool.
She was basically just like, hey, don't, because like she was immediately going to get killed. Then she's like, I know him, fuck him. He's running around with this other lady.
She was like, I knew it.
I will tell you everything about him, which I don't really understand because like, how does she know anything about his life here? Because this seems to be somewhere else from where they lived. I think
this is San Bernardino.
The whole place, even where they
no, the house is. That's where the house is, but I don't think that's where he was little leaguing. And,
right. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. It just doesn't really make sense that like did he really his mysterious ass. I can't tell you that's my sister-in-law. Be like, hey, when I lived in San Bernardino as a kid, I went to this bar. I knew this guy. Like, how the fuck?
Well, it's funny. She gives a speech which is basically like, I know how he thinks. I know everything about him. He'll blend in, disappear. You'll never see him again. Right. That kind of thing. And it's just the only thing that she does is that she knows the guy at the hotel. That's the only real piece of information she has to offer. Although you can deduce other things because they do show up at other places. Mm-hmm. The hippie commune place at one point, they show up there. So, but that's it. Really, she's a human Rolodex. Basically, it's not like she's like, well, if I were him, he would be thinking this, and it's none of that. So anyway, like they roll up like 10 dudes at this cheap ass hotel to take care of, because she's called ahead. She's like, hey, it's me, and he's like, hey, you, yeah, we'll see you later, and she's like, yeah. So they come in, and this was a mistake of the bad guys, a stupid thing that gets the plot moving, which is they all walk in like her and 20 dudes. And dude behind the counter is like, no, they checked out. I don't know what you're talking about. Get out of here. And they immediately threaten him because, of course, they do. Yep. And go upstairs where...
Yeah, they've left Rhonda, who's the sister-in-law, behind for some reason.
Rhonda is standing in front of the closed door, just standing there smoking in like full business casual attire, just standing there as the door is being beat down. And then like dudes come in through the room, and then eventually like the hotel guy gets a hold of one guy's gun and takes out a couple of guys, and then he gets taken out. They take her at this point.
Yeah, I mean that's
no, they don't. They don't. No, not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet, because she's got to tend to Lorenzo Lamas and stuff like that.
Right.
They haven't taken her yet.
Yeah.
Because so.
Oh, they take the brother first, don't they? Because
but they don't have him yet either.
They don't have him yet either, but they take him first. Yeah.
They have shown back up. And this begins like a fight all throughout this hotel. And again, this is fucking chaos and craziness happening. There's one, like Lorenzo Lamas enters the scene at one point, like he jumped off a 3rd-story window doing a leap into the scene.
Yeah. I mean, I think in mid-movie I was like, did he just leap from the mezzanine of this place? Like, what the hell? Yeah.
Yeah. I believe they fight all around this hotel, which then spills out of the hotel down an alley, and the brother has the bag of money, and they get into like this just abandoned building, and more shenanigans happen in here.
Sure.
This is where like the rebar fight happens, and
yeah, I never really quite understood like where that place was.
they run down an alley at one point, and then suddenly they're at this other location. So they're fighting in a place that has weapons. And there's like a bit where Lorenzo Lamas gets the drop on these two guys, and these two guys are just like, nah, now we have weapons. And it's like, you fucking idiot. Lorenzo Lamas will just do these combat rolls out of nowhere all the time, and they get more and more hilarious as the movie goes on, because then he's doing like standing one-arm hand plants and shit to get from one hiding location to the other. It's just increased. The silliness is increasing, and you're like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, like the traditional, I guess would that be judo? Like take down like the grab someone's arm and like James Wan them around basically.
Sure.
The James Wan camera angle them around, but like flip them around and the one arm takedown type thing. He double does that to the guys with the guns. He kind of drops behind them, grabs their arms, and like double judo takes them down. That's how he enters the scene.
Yeah.
we got to talk about how he enters the scene.
Sure. Yeah, because you see him look up, and he's like, I could hide up there. I could butt arm my way up there. So the brother has... This is so stupid.
Yeah, it really is.
This is so fucking stupid. He does a thing that in other movies you're like, okay, that makes sense. You got to hide the money. He takes all the money out of the bag that the money was in and puts it in this cardboard box and replaces it with some newspaper and then tosses the bag out of the window. So the money is now hidden in this barrel in this abandoned building. Bad guys are like immediately there. And he's like, I know fisticuffs too. And the bad guy... is like, no. Whatever you're going to hit me with, absolutely not. Has no effect on me whatsoever. You fucking moron. And that's basically from that point on they have the brother. Because Lorenzo Lamas shows back up, and he's at the big ass fucking hole in the building, which is, I'm calling it a window, but it's just an empty hole in this building. And he's standing out there, and he sees the bag. And at some point, like, dudes have shown up and are just firing machine guns at him. He does, like, this triple Lindy jump.
This is where, okay, so this, all right, to explain the bad guy structure, there is, all right, we'll just get it out of the way, because, I feel like it has to just be brought up, because, someone's going to be like, you watch that movie, and you guys don't watch these movies. The main bad guy of this movie is a real-life piece of shit, and we're basically, like, the less said about him, the better. But, so there's him. And then he's got this like other dude who like, and the crazy thing is like they're not even the bad guys; they're the contractors for the cartel.
They're just there to gather the money for the cartel.
They're basically like the guys. They're the Mr. Wolves you call in like when this guy fucked us over.
Yes.
And, go deal with this.
Yeah.
So, but like they give them this like weird dumb personality of like that they've sort of road to perdition way too much enjoy their fucking lives. That they love like they're taking pictures of like the people that they murder and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So. It's the second in command dude that grabbed the brother and then just basically stood there like while he was hitting him with rebar, like I'm invincible to that. What the hell? But they've shown him a couple times because like they did one of the bad guys failed in one of their missions twice. Like he was set there and got beat up. He got beat up by Lorenzo Lamas at the baseball field and then like got sent home when they came out when they broke into his house and sent home when she came out with the shotgun.
Yeah.
So he gets. This dude pulls out a literal fucking penknife and stabs this dude like directly in the heart and just watches him like bleed out. So it's been established this guy has this penknife.
Yeah.
So he pulls it out and throws it at Lorenzo Lamas' shoulder, which at first he's just like, ugh, that's unfortunate. But then there's like this dramatic, like he pulls the penknife out and it's just like, like he like Dracula 3000's this penknife for half a second. And then dudes are just shooting. And yeah,
Greg Louganis is out of there doing like a triple twist, and
I
then
mean, he lands better.
Yes. He lands like right as the lady has gotten in the car and is approaching him, and she slams on the brakes, which makes the tire spin for some reason, and he is able to land on the hood, flip backwards, get in the passenger seat, and they drive away.
But not before,
They stunt away.
Yeah, I was going to say, not before like stunting out like 3 more times. One of which, like, someone tries to slide the car in and just slams it against something I don't think they were supposed to.
No.
Because, I mean, it's it's clearly like a classic caddy.
Yes.
I mean, it's a car you would want to take care of.
Right. They did not.
No. But yeah, they
bought that car.
basically stunt out. But yeah, so like he's kind of been beaten up and gotten the penknife in the shoulder, so she's kind of patching him up.
Well, okay, so they cut from that. They're in a fucking foundry or some shit. It's a barn, but it just looks like it's lit with this golden light. And Lorenzo Lamas has let his hair down, and he's fucking glistening. Like, they have oiled him up as he is shirtless.
Well, there's Lorenzo's oil. That's the real joke is right there. That's where it should have came made a play.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's patching him up, which basically just means put a Band-Aid on his little penknife wound.
Yeah.
And then he just falls back on the bed, like Nesty plunges back onto the bed, and
I think she tries like half a second to kiss him. He's just like,
no, my penknife wound hurts.
Yeah.
And then
the penknife wound is mightier than the sword knife wound. Yep.
I'm pretty sure this goes into either a fantasy or a remembering a time we had sex before, also in a barn.
Well, the color scheme was very remember the time, so I'm going to go with that. Yeah.
Was, yes. Also, he did not have the Band-Aid on from his injury, so that was another clue that perhaps...
Oh, that was definitely not real.
Yeah, I know,
yeah,
but
I mean,
it's just weird that it was also taking place in this fucking barn.
Well, sure. I mean,
But yeah, so they have a ghost sex scene. And then, so he's sleeping, and he's fucking sleeping the sleep of the dead. Like, he is the worst. Like, if you were a cop in prison and you're sleeping this hard, there's no way you're still alive. But so okay, this starts a thing that is never explained and is never resolved in any satisfying way, because she silently or sort of silently zips the bag open and sees that it's just newspaper, and she's like, son of a bitch. And it's like...
just for realistic understanding purposes, this is like one of those leather bags with like the thick ass metal zipper.
Yeah,
like the
yes,
not quiet.
No,
at all. Like,
you cannot stealthily open this bag.
Yeah, not like a modern nice Nike zipper, type of thing. This is like the old school like.
Yeah, and she gets increasingly frustrated with the amount of newspaper that's in there. She's rustling around, and then she silently closes it again, and he never wakes up. As they were having the dream sex, this is the fucking best part of the movie to me.
The dream sex?
No, the thing that's happening while they're doing that.
Oh.
Some hobos have arrived at the abandoned building, and they've taken the barrel that the money is in, and they set it up right, and they put a bunch of trash in it. They set it on fire.
Yep.
The money burns up. It's not a ruse. It's not like, oh, made you think they burned up the money. No, because the next morning, Lorenzo Lamas and the lady, they go to the building to look for the money, because I guess she has explained, hey, while you were sleeping, I noticed there was no money in this bag. They go to the building, and eventually they're just like, they find...
No follow-up questions. No, like,
oh, nothing.
Why were you looking for the money?
Absolutely not. They just noticed some burnt pieces of money, and she's like, oh my God, what the fuck are we going to do? And he's like, bluff them.
Yeah. My poker face.
Right. We go and play poker.
Yeah.
And at first, he's been playing with a deck of cards the whole game.
I don't think he's playing with a full deck of cards. Because here's what he's been doing, and I don't know what kind of weird pie gal bullshit he's
playing one-man blackjack is what he's doing.
No, is he?
Yeah. He's making hands that get as close to 21, and then he takes the hand.
Is that
and
what he's doing?
That's what I saw him do.
Okay, because he was always flipping 3 cards. I thought he was like
Maybe
playing 3-card poker, some pie gow shit or something. I never really quite understood. I was like, oh, that's a flush. Like one of the things he flipped over is just a bunch of garbage cards, and I was like, oh, they're all.
No, it added up to 20, so he was like, I made it.
Okay, I don't know,
but. My thought was, okay, he's been playing with these cards the whole time, and he says, all right, we're going to have to bluff him. I'm like, is this going to end in like a big card match or some shit? It doesn't.
No.
It ends way better than that.
It's a Casino Royale with cheese. Yes. Yeah. This is why you keep me around.
Yeah. Let me write that one down. So I don't know when they grab her. They do at some point.
Yeah. Let's just finish. So they go to the hippie commune and murder the dad and the hippie guy.
They do that. That's pretty late, but that does happen.
Yeah, because that dude's essentially done.
Right.
Lorenzo Lamas shows back up and is like, "Ah, damn it, Dad," and never mentions it ever again.
Yeah.
Like he's had for like half a second. And honestly, like Colonel Hippie, Reverend dude, whatever his name was, like
he gets it the worst.
Yeah, he gets Maxwell Silvered hammered.
He does
just to his fucking skull. And doesn't die right away. He even gets like a been hit in the head with a hammer. And it's like, yeah, that sucks. So.
I think I know when she gets captured, and the reason I'm not remembering it exactly is because of the thing that happens in the scene. Mm-hmm. That is the fucking greatest thing in the history of movies.
Which one? Because I feel like there's a lot in this movie. But.
Well, okay, so at some point, another action scene has broken out, and there is a car that is chasing Lorenzo Lamas down the street in slow motion.
Right.
He is running away from it, and the car is coming.
Oh, that's exactly when they grab her. Because they've grabbed her in a car, and they're taking her this way. When was I don't remember what they grabbed. It doesn't matter.
they grab her at this point because he's alone after this from this point on because he goes and gets in the car and he's like, son of a bitch, she has the keys. But so there is a car coming at him. Eventually, he's just like, I don't much care for this, and turns around and shoots the driver. This does not stop the driver. Well, it kills the driver, but it doesn't stop the car. So the way Lorenzo Lamas gets out of this is doing a fucking front flip 20 goddamn feet in the air over the car. We had to watch this twice because it is the most ridiculously awesome thing. It is just, what in the blue hell are you doing here, movie? This is that thing that high school kids were trying to do, jump over cars, and this was like murdering children in the late 90s.
Well, actually, it's funny I mentioned Nike zippers because that was the Reebok ad. That's what started that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that kid did it in the Reebok
right.
ad, and then everyone was like, oh, shit, moving car, all you have to do is jump up. And
well, Lorenzo Lamas has fucking superpowers because he leaps over this car.
Also, I think kid was the wrong. I want to say that was a famous, not Usain Bolt, but the equivalent of the time.
Sure.
The magnificent fucking fine specimen of an athlete, not random person who's just like, I think I can jump over a car.
Not high school dork.
Yeah, not just like, hey, I'll watch this.
Check this out. This broke my brain when it happened. I was just like, what the hell? This movie has been doing all kinds of goofy shit. Just the goofiest shit. Kicks will have punch sound effects and punches will have no sound effects. And
anytime somebody falls off of a thing, they fall into the pit of eternity.
Yes.
Because they don't put a squish sound effect. And they always cut off the yell. They're mid-fall and they're like, ah!
Well, so, there's a gunfight with dudes on stairs. Lorenzo Lamas is at the ground floor, and these dudes are coming out of windows and stuff to shoot at him. And each time they do that, he shoots one, and that dude falls. Now, we never know exactly where that person falls because it's a two-shot, you see one shot of the stairwell, and then you see a reverse shot of Lorenzo Lamas. So you see a dude get shot, and he falls and screams, and then it cuts back to Lorenzo Lamas, and there's no impact. The scream has stopped making noise. Mm-hmm. There's no... that people, if you fall in this movie without doing some sort of flipping motion, you go into the void. You are gone. You just don't exist.
It's really advanced. The floor is lava rules.
It must be. It's flourish. It's you must you must be a fancy fuck when you fall off something. Otherwise, you just go nowhere. You are gone. So yeah, they've killed his dad, and they've got the brother and the sister wife held hostage. They're going to do something to them. I don't know what. Kill them basically. There's never at this point any attempt to get the money. They've never explained like the money burned up.
Well, they also never like at any point, even when they legitimately had the money, like I think there was like one shootout where I think they just find them at the bar or something. Like, or
no, it's when they go they leave the bar to go back to the hotel, and that's when the bad guys are already
okay.
there. They could just go, here's the money.
Yeah,
just
this
fucking
is the reason
take it.
you're here.
Yeah, just
Stop.
this is over. Here's your money. We're done.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, they don't do that.
Yeah.
Which is like the whole time the brother is such a piece of shit. Like he's like Lorenzo Lamas is not involved in this whatsoever. He has no part in this. He's already ruined his life because of this piece of shit brother. And the brother is like, this is the only car you could find to steal. And it's like, shut the fuck up, dude. Like this, you stole $5 million from a fucking drug cartel.
Yeah. Oh, they also making fun of the hotel.
Oh, right. They're like, whoa, swanky digs. You know, it's just like, fuck you.
Yeah, sorry, our hideout isn't good enough as we're on the run from your fucking bullshit.
Yes. Eat my Lorenzo Lamas ass. Fuck you.
Lamas.
All right, so basically, we're at endgame here. Lorenzo Lamas has discovered his brother or his father is dead, and that's all it takes. It's just like, all right, murder time. First, I'm going to go meet my my gun dealer and his Volkswagen. And just like whatever gun, he's like, here's a gun. He's like, I'll take that. He's like, and here's another gun. He's like, thank you very much.
Actually, now that I think about it, what was in the frunk?
It was the gun with the big barrel that's on the. It's the super gun that leads to the other best moment in the film.
Okay. Because I mean, he has like this.
It's on the poster. It's
Okay. It's the Terry Crews from the Expendables shotgun, basically.
Yeah. Which is in the frunk of the Volkswagen. We don't see it. Like he opens a case,
Right.
which might as well be the Pulp Fiction case, and he's like, "We good?" And he's like, "Yep, I'll take it." So then you see they've set up a meet at this. Wait, no, there was a scene at.
They tried to do a legit like, oh, I have the money, even though he didn't have the money.
Yeah.
They had a meeting at a fish market with this real dumb like. The bad guy walks in with a newspaper, acts like he has a gun in it, and Lorenzo Lamas acts like he has a blade on the guy's dick, and it's just like a piece of rebar or something. I don't know. It's not rebar, but you know.
Yeah, it's just a slab of metal.
Yeah. To which like bad guy's like, haha, that's funny, you bluffed me, and it's like, also you just told him that you might be full of shit. I mean, I just feel like if you're establishing trust, like maybe going in with a fake weapon is not the best way of doing it, but this just like. Facilitates like the we're going to meet and gives you the money at some point. Give me back my brother.
Right.
But he sneaks into their salvage yard first.
He
and
does.
Plants a bunch of guns. It's not. I didn't even realize that was him or that was what was happening until like the scene started happening.
It's not super clear, but you put it together real quick
Right.
because you see him beforehand. He jumps the fence with a big bag of guns, and then you just see hands putting guns under junk, and then you see him back in the tow truck drive into this junkyard.
Right.
And immediately a bunch of dudes come out and they're just like, "You ain't got no guns, dude." And he's like, "Nope, I'm clean." And they're like,
I love he walks out with his hands pretty well up, and the dude's like, "Put your hands up," and it's like, was that in the script and you didn't?
Yeah, it was like, did he do it ahead of time? And
you're just like,
that's my line.
It's on the paper. Yeah.
Because then he's like, higher.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, San Diego.
So what is the thing that kicks this off?
Well, the brother was already pissed off because, like, for whatever reason, the schmo that was leading him out of the room was like, "Hey, real sorry about your dad. He died unexpectedly." So, like, he was all agitated.
Right.
And then, like, they dragged the brother and I'm not saying sister-wife, the sister-in-law.
Okay.
Out and, get the, like, proof of life thing. And then I don't remember, like, what actually kicks off the gunfight part of it. Like...
I'm not exactly sure, but basically it's this, all right, stay there, and then it's just like, nah, and he like kicks something that's on the ground, and it flings a gun up in the air, which he grabs, and then he's like, all right, it's murder time.
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking murder all of you.
Yeah, he does several of the Funhouse teeter-totter
Yes,
pop-up things.
He's not just planted guns. He's put them in traps. So they spring into action.
Well, that and like there's one point where he does that to like like an explosive barrel that pops up in the air.
Well, this is the best thing in this. I mean, second to him jumping 25 feet over a car. So I mean, he's just grabbing guns and shooting dudes, and when that gun's empty, he throws it down and picks up the next gun that he's hidden. And
except for one, he hangs on to one for a while that he reloads like 3 times. He's got this little tiny mini spray thing that's he's just lighting everything up.
He's just 100,000 bullets come out of that thing. But he has jumped onto like a cart, and he's dual wielding pistols, and he is just shooting dudes in the legs, and then hides behind a truck that I believe he is pushing along himself.
Yep.
And he's got a shotgun, and he's shotgunning dudes. And it's not long after this that he goes to the big gun, and he pulls that out and is just launching it at people, and barrels are exploding. And then at one point, he kickflips this thing, which sends a barrel up into the air, and he blasts that thing, and it just rains down flammable fire on everybody.
I'm pretty sure the barrel, I mean, obviously, probably wouldn't be any reason for it to be in this place, but I'm pretty sure the barrel had the radioactive symbol on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
Sure.
I mean, I think someone painted that on there for some reason.
Fine.
Yeah.
As a goof.
I not a goof. I mean, I just, there's some questionable things in this auto salvage yard as to why they would be there.
Oh, sure, yes.
But I mean, like can't imagine why they would have anything that would be radioactive.
I don't know, but man, it just
toxic, sure, but
it just rains down fire on, and all these dudes are on fire. It's so good.
Yeah.
So this has established there are barrels of flammable material everywhere, and these things will be exploding for the rest of the scene. Especially at one point where Lamas is running down a corridor as these barrels are exploding. One fucking goes off ahead of him to where the flames are just on. Like, he's clearly not wearing the flame retardant jelly stuff on him. You can tell, like in a movie, you're like, okay, I appreciate the stunt, but I can tell you've got the jelly on your face and everything. And But no, he is running down this corridor, and a barrel explodes in front of him, and just flames hit him in the face, and you could tell he is super pissed off that happened.
There's a point where it sticks on his arm for a minute, because I mean, I'm sure what they're setting off is gasoline or something, because that's how you get the big flames with the least amount of actual damage.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, whatever flammable liquid stuck to him for half a second, because like it looked like his arm was on fire.
It's real like. That stunt went wrong, and had it gone any more wrong, Lorenzo Lamas would not be with us today. That's how dangerous it is. But as long as he's okay, it's pretty cool. But Jesus, lots of running, lots of jumping around. This is when he does the weird one-handed flip from one hiding spot to another, just murdering everybody he possibly can.
Yep. He's also switched to just. All right, so multiple times throughout this movie, like he'll be doing all this stuff that looks really cool, and then all of a sudden it's just like he has guns, and as I say, he'll just Kermit out every once in a while, where it's just like dudes will start shooting as he's rounded a corner, and it's just like, oh no, just like
he does have a couple of moments of just like
I feel
he's
like
the biggest goober.
Yeah, like the hands go up in the air with the guns, like I don't know how to control my hands anymore. And like periodically throughout this final insane shootout, he just starts shooting gangster style, and also like. Wanted style throwing bullets out of the gun.
Yeah.
It's just
he's at one point is just running down an area that is like a series of offices with a glass window, and he's just running down, just shooting and yelling and running the whole time, just murdering everyone who's behind the glass. Having a good time. The bad guys have led the brother and the girl out, and they've gone into this weird area that is, as you described it, the bubbling goo. Because you heard it first.
Well, they have okay, so I saw something that, did I see corrosive or something on the wall? And I heard bubbling goo, and I was like, where's the goo pit?
Well, here it is.
Yeah.
Because there little catwalks over it. And it's just a big vat of stuff.
Acid,
just
acid goo.
Whatever it is, but
I mean, I'm sure it's like paint stripper. I mean, I would think that'd be why you would have it here is to get bare metal.
Yeah,
but and also rust.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
So I would call this guy like the third tier henchman. Like he's the third in charge. He's the third prominent. The guy with the goatee and the long hair. He's been in every action scene.
Yeah.
He's like the third. Like there's the two guys who are pretty close in power.
Yeah, but I thought yeah, you're right. He's the one
because so he's the one who's menacing the brother at 1st, and Lorenzo Lamas comes into the scene, and you're like, shoot him into the goo pit, and he shoots him, but he goes flying the other direction into electrical panel,
which was also a pre-established
high voltage.
Well, because Rhonda, the sister-in-law, was hiding like by it,
right?
This big high voltage thing.
Yeah. So we were like, well, okay, that's fine. That's one of those deaths. That's okay. But then the high voltage panel launches him out over into the goo pit to where he just succumbs to the bubbling goo.
Yep.
Pretty good.
I clapped for like a good straight 2 minutes. Like, honestly, that was the most satisfying thing I've seen in a movie in a while, since like maybe like the end of Endgame.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not being facetious. Like, that was just like, so many times you see this, Final Destination-esque setup for your end of your action movie. You're like, oh man, I know what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
And it never happens in a cool way where you're like, I mean, every once in a while. I mean, like Showdown in Little Tokyo, I think we liked the ending of that because it was like, Jesus, God, like, you really killed it. Like, wow, all right. Like,
yeah, you're like, no movie's going to do that.
Yes,
all right.
Yes, they are. Yeah, that's similar. I mean, it probably should have happened to someone a little higher up on the.
I don't know. This guy, fuck this guy.
Well, yeah, fuck them all. I just saying, like, the other two guys were.
No, so I think, so the second guy doesn't get the death that he deserves, but he gets fucking wrecked because at this point, the rest of the henchmen are like, fuck it, get in these forklifts and chase Lorenzo Lamas down. Mm-hmm. So they're fucking stunting around this place in forklifts chasing him. And he has shot one dude out of the forklift to where now he is in a forklift. And he just traps the second in command guy up against a brick wall. And you're like, okay, he's going to get impaled. No, he just fucking drives through him. He drives through him, drives through the wall. And you see him, and he is just in this death pose of just like, I can't believe that fucking happened to me. Mm-hmm. Damn it. But he's not dead. The main bad guy has to come over to him and shoot him in the head for no reason.
Oh, that dude was mangled. He wasn't getting up.
No, he wasn't getting up, but it's not like this guy was like, I'm going to give this guy a dignified death instead of letting you suffer. He was just like, fuck you, blam, So now it's just basically Lorenzo Lamas and the main bad guy. And they go back to the goo room, basically, because they end up having a duel with their feats. It's a duel of the feats.
I see.
over the goo pit on two different catwalks. They jump back and forth, which is kind of rad. They're just doing all this fighting and punching on parts of the catwalk that don't have guardrails. So occasionally one will start to lose their balance and then jump over to the other one. And then at one point, Lorenzo Lamas loses his balance and jumps over to this big hook and then swings back over and kicks the guy. And then they fight some more. And then he just eventually gets that guy on the hook. And
For what?
For his crimes.
Oh. Oh, you mean literally?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So this dude is hanging on a hook over the pit.
Shouldn't hang me on a hook, Lorenzo.
My mother hung me on a hook once. So he's hanging on a hook over this goo pit. And we're like, our brains are like, oh, what the fuck's going to happen? Is he going to like Goldberg spear the guy into the goo? Like, what's going to happen? He's going to slowly lower him in Terminator 2 style? What's going to happen? No, his clothes break and he falls into the goo.
Single stitch, man.
Yes, yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah. And this guy was not nice, so the guy didn't like say, you know what? I'm going to give him the double stitch.
Right. Yeah, no, he was a bad guy.
Yeah.
So he collects his brother and the lady, and they open the door to which the sunlight pours in because it's a dawn of a new day, and they just walk out.
Yep.
And Viper ends.
Sure does.
I mean, honestly, what else could you do there? I think they still might have a problem with the cartel. The cartel could still hire a different crew to come in and get them. They have not solved their problem. They have just stopped part of the collection process. They still owe $5 million, and the cartel still exists.
So this is the equivalent of hanging up on just that one person that's like from the collection agency.
Yeah.
It's not really going to help anything. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it doesn't do any good.
Yeah. Lorenzo Lamas' credit score is still fucked up.
If that wasn't so long, I would call the episode title that.
Yeah.
Lorenzo Lamas' credit score is still fucked up. True.
Yeah.
So true.
So true.
Yeah. So Bad Blood / Viper is over, and it's a 5 Jocks movie because it's the most gloriously ridiculous thing I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of one of those, like, it's a shame that it's just two of us because I feel like...
Who knew?
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like, we're probably not bringing enough of the thunder to... You might be slightly shocked. I mean, like, normally I feel like we're a little bit more exuberant when we know that that's coming, but yeah, this movie's fucking insane. Yeah, I mean, it's so weird because I feel like we've been somehow keep slipping into these where we're like, oh, this has got to be where, like, Hot Shots and Austin Powers and all these things that are spoofing ridiculous, action things get stuff from. But I don't know, this movie, like, yeah,
I mean,
when he randomly flips over that car. I mean, it was just like. All I could think of was like, I hope my Hong Kong stunt team is ready. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I know we don't generally quote Austin Powers because the world has ruined that for us. But every once in a while, there are some.
That's a line that has not been tainted by the general public.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've reached outside the norm.
Yes.
And,
that's a deep cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an amazing, amazing thing, and it is right up our alley. It is. I will implore the cast members who are not here to seek this one out and have a good time because holy shit!
I actually meant to put a disclaimer at the very beginning that I'm now realizing I did not, to say I don't normally say this, but do not watch the trailer. Do not listen to this episode. Go see the movie.
Right.
Like, because we've established the trailer was at the end of it, and it's a great trailer if you've seen the movie.
It's a really good trailer to be like, yeah, those are all the greatest things that happened in that movie, but it shows you everything that's like fucking
literally
amazing.
The final villain's death is in the fucking trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like slow motion as it happened in the movie. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of stuff you could have used without showing like the 3 or 4 standing ovation moments that exist in this film. Don't put that in your trailer. Like the car flip is in the first 20 seconds of that trailer. Mm-hmm. It's just like Viper's having a bad day. Flip. It's like, what the fuck? Also, that trailer tries to sell it really hard as being this movie called Viper, and it doesn't give any reason why it would be called Viper. They just keep calling him Viper, but the movie never calls him that, not once.
Nope.
So, yeah, Bad Blood it is, and my God, what an amazing thing.
Yeah, Viper. It's totally kick-ass.
Well, yeah.
Just let me do this shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You can handle it.
Step 1, time machine.
Yeah.
Step 2, ad agency.
Yeah.
Step 3, get the attention of Lorenzo Lamas.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Lorenzo. We have a tagline for a movie you haven't made yet. It's going to be great. Oh, man.
Only it's not going to work because we're not going to call the movie that because there's going to be a TV show called that instead. Sorry.
No, that'll be the thing we do. We stop the Viper TV show from happening. We just go into the network office and be like, canceled.
Can we just stop the Viper car from ever existing?
The Viper car's okay.
It's really not.
It's okay.
It's
fine. I mean, it's not a problem now. It's not like it's a problem.
It's not a problem.
It's not a problem.
Okay. So we can only fix the big problems of the world. We can't just be like, stop the Aztec and the
we can stop the Aztec.
Oh, okay.
Fuck that thing.
Oh, okay. So we can correct some minor automobile accidents. What? No. That doesn't stop right at all.
We could do that too.
Okay. Man, let's get a time machine. This sounds like fun.
Going back in time to solve minor traffic accidents.
Hey, your brake light's out.
Hey.
And this person's not going to see it. Trust me on this one, bro.
That's going to cost you $250.
Yeah. Trust me, bro. You don't want to go to Facto Bake. I mean, because we're going to be back in time, and that's where people would have taken their cars.
Right.
Back when that was a thing.
Yeah, Facto Bake. So, hey, you can go to patreon.com/BMFcast and give us money for things. If you like the sound of a two-man show, which is what we just delivered, you can give us $1 every month and get, I don't know, like 7 of those, plus a backlog of hundreds of two-man podcasts and three-man podcasts and solo podcasts. It's if you like variety, if you are tired of 4 people talking into microphones, our Patreon is for you, because it is generally less than 4 people talking into microphones. It's a hell of a deal for variety fans.
Yeah.
If you don't care about that, just go to bmfcast.com. It is our website that has links to everywhere we will be, and links to everything, including our free weekly show.
Yes.
So that's really all you need to know is bmfcast.com. You can, if you've got things you want to talk to us about or share with us, or just you want to ask us questions, or any number of things, you can call the Garfield hotline, which is 1-910-5-JOCKS or 1-910-556-9263.
I like that you put the 1 in there.
International callers might need it.
Okay.
We have a strong fan base in Australia.
I just don't think we've ever said the 1.
Well, I like saying the 1.
Okay.
1-910.
Okay.
Just letting you know. You probably need to dial the 1 wherever you are.
You would need to know. If you're in another country, you need more than the 1, and you don't have to do that in America anymore.
Whatever. I don't know. Numbers.
Okay. Since we went digital, you don't have to dial the 1. You just dial the area code.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine. You can find that information on our website, too, and our email address, and we've got a Discord that you can join and chat with us all day long as we, talk about the events of the day and things we find interesting. It's like a podcast, but in typed form and spontaneous. So anyway, that's all of our stuff, unless you've got anything else.
No, I have no more stuff.
Okay.
I do not.
No?
Yeah, I'm out of stuff.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well.
All right, well, let's get out of here, shall we?
Yes.
I'm Harlow.
I'm Chuck.
And this is BMFcast out. Motherfuckers! Do you leave the motherfuckers in?
Sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Depends on how good it is.
If it's a good motherfucker?
If it's a good motherfuckers. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like motherfuckers always want to go hi. Motherfucker.
Hi.
Motherfucker.
Bill made it. Thank God.
Yep. Oh, shit. We still have to do an intro, don't we?
We do. But if you just do the tagline, the thing that you want to go back in time and pitch, that would be fine.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Whoa.
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 What happened?
Just getting achievements on my watch.
Oh, okay, cool.
For just sitting here. Hey, congratulations. Your move goal was met.
What did I say again? Viper, he's ready to kick some ass? Is that what I said?
I don't know.
Okay.
Anyone in the chat know what he said 5 minutes ago?
I mean, asps and vipers, I think, are diametrically opposed. I think that's 2 completely different kinds of snakes. But
Oh. No, it's okay, Bill. We were out of the range of this one. We were okay.
Yeah. I'll wing it.
Okay.
I'll swing it.
All right.
Wing it.
Well, you want?
I'm loosey gooseying it. I'm just loosening up the mic. I want to be able to
really
throw myself into it.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't need music. I'm a fucking pro.
So you're gonna do this online? You're gonna let the fan hear hear all the
The
sausages?
only reason we don't do that is
Just
so we
'cause
can
the
play
music.
Play the music.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it saying.
Okay,
music, so
great.
here we
I'll
go.
sit over here and be quiet.
All right. Oh, you want a little clap or something so you know where this is? Cool. This week on the BMFcast, Viper's here to really kick some asp. 1 star, we're in. Like that?
Viper's here, and he's about to find out.
Viper's here. Viper's ready.
Hi, Shannon. Thank you for compliment.
Hi.
We hope to have a full crew next week. Maybe at the very least, Mackie. BJ might be out from being tired. Although Mackie might also be out from
Is
being.
he going somewhere this week? Too?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's going out to California, I think.
Oh. Okay.
So yeah, he's got a trip and Mackie's got a trip, so they could use the opportunity next week to say, you know what, I'm not coming because
Those motherfuckers always be tripping.
Yeah. So we may have another solo one next week, but we got a good movie next week too.
Oh, we're gonna watch Solo next week. That's a pretty good movie.
We've seen Solo.
I'd watch it again.
I'd watch it again.
Yeah, I'd watch it again.
Sure.
Or maybe some other Ron Howard movies. I was watching Ron Howard movies. I got a whole bunch of Ron Howard movies. You want to watch some Ron Howard movies? Want to hang out with some Ron Howard movies, Chuck?
I thought you'd never ask.
Oh, man. I was waiting for you to make the first splash. You get it? Because you made a movie called Splash.
That, of course, was an impression of Lorenzo Lamas at the beginning of this film as he was hitting dingers to small children. Hey, y'all seen that splash?
You see that movie got there how it has mermaids in it?
Oh, man.
Oh, man, I like that movie. That's never had his mermaid man.
Boy, it's so weird that voice just leaves. Like, he doesn't do that voice anymore. So, anyway,
Yeah.
hey.
Hey, I just want the internet to know if I wasn't careful, that would be my voice.
Yes, I have a lot of the Georgia in me as well, and it comes out whenever I'm around that accent. And, my wife kids me about it all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I won't abandon the y'all. I mean, because I feel like y'all is a super useful word, just
Y'all.
like yonder.
Y'all is a
Y'all
is
and
a-
yonder.
is an efficient word.
It's an efficient word, yes.
Yes.
I have no problem with that.
The accent is just,
Accent can come and go as I deem
it's
available.
it's fun.
It's fun.
I enjoy doing it. All it takes is hearing someone on TV say it, and
I know, but like I think that's my favorite version. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's fun to do dumb Southern, but like I like the upbeat Southern. Like that one's real fun. Like well, I mean, it's also probably kind of dumb, but just like the positive spin on it. I made y'all say that. Oh man, that's a real good movie, man.
well, that's why that show Justified is so good, because it's like redneck Shakespeare. Like, they're all really smart people talking in the dumbest accents. Like, if you like that Walton Goggins accent that he does all the time, you'll get 6 seasons of that on
Really
Justified.
just fuck it. Like, I've been looking for a reason, I mean, besides Dreamy Timothy Olyphant, to watch Justified, and that single sentence is the greatest thing you could have said.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, I can't believe I've never, but like that's the Coen Brothers thing to me is like, the "Oh Brother We're Out Thou" speeches.
Yes.
That's my fucking jam of like, you're saying archaic and also awesome phrasings of things, but in the just most ludicrous ways.
That's the entirety of Justified. Everyone is talking super smart with the dumbest accent in the world.
I'm gonna have to start watching that.
It's, you really should. The first season, a little finding their way,
Okay.
so...
Is Walton Goggins on that show too, you said? Both of them? Olyphant and Goggins?
Yeah. They are the main 2 stars.
Oh,
They are the antagonist and protagonist.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know there was some Goggins in it.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was satisfied with the Olyphant.
Oh, man. Oh, you have
Yeah.
you have no idea.
Okay.
Seriously, like if that brand of Walton Goggins is what you like, that is that show.
Oh, okay. Well, I will start watching Justified. Consider it on the list.
Like, it was weird. I started watching The Shield after we had watched Justified, and he's just talking like a normal person on The Shield, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I don't want this.
Yeah, he's a general, like, Bern Gorman scumbag on that show.
Yeah.
Just, like, nothing remarkable about his character. It's just like, oh, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, Justified. Man, it's a good show.
Yeah, all right. I will put it on high on the to-do list. Higher than it's ever been.
Okay.
Then maybe I'll get to the other westerny things I've been meaning to watch one of these days. I hear some of those other ones are good. Like, what's her face is, what was it, Longmire? I heard that was good. That was Katie Sackhoff, right?
Yeah, I think so.
She's not Unjustified, right?
No.
Yeah, she had her own show.
She was on another show.
Another westerny show ish thing.
Space Western.
Space Westerns.
Western.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I've heard some of those, like, modern cowboy shows are alright. I saw Kevin Costner was in some fucking
Yellowstone.
Yeah,
that's been on for like 4 years on the Paramount Network.
See, what the fuck?
I know.
Yeah.
I
There's too much goddamn television.
There
man.
is, and you know what? The streaming services need to get together and fill out a schedule like they were network television. I need shows on at a specific time. I can't, and by that I mean like there needs to be seasons, not this just shows are on whenever, because I can't keep up with that.
I'm finding that it's easier. I think if I were to request anything, it would be, please start supporting. And I'm platform agnostic. I don't care. But both Apple TV and the new Google TV have that like continue playing feature. You know, like supposed to be managed between all services. Fucking get on board with those. All of you app makers. Fuck you assholes who aren't on board with that. I mean, like, I need that shit to show up in an Up Next place, and I don't want to have to remember to go into your app to remember that I was, new season of whatever came out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
I just need to be able to add a fucking show to, like, this is what I care about. Tell me when there's new stuff. Yeah, I mean, this is so stupid. I mean, we're like the age we live in and the things that are possible, and, the content makers are just like, nah, let's make it difficult.
We're so close on a lot of things, but then it's like, I feel like they do the same things I do with stuff where they just don't have patience.
Yeah.
And it's just like, we can really cook this app and make it the best thing ever, or let's just launch it without wish lists or profiles or anything like that. And it's like, the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Well, so clearly, I mean, I know this is the last season, but I mean, clearly NBC is doing their, we're done with you, get the fuck out to Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes.
Where they're doing we're just going to show 2 shows each week.
Just burn it off, get it out of here.
But holy shit, like it's not even current on the Peacock app. And I'm like, that's your fucking app, NBC.
Yeah.
Like, that's you. And it's like, no, we only have last season. And I was like, you go to Hulu and watch new ones.
I was going to say, is it co-produced by Hulu now? I think it is.
I don't know.
I think it is. I think Hulu saved it, didn't they?
I thought NBC saved it because it was on Fox. That was the whole thing, is it went from Fox to NBC.
I think it was like a co-deal. I think they were like, hey, we'll chip in, and NBC, you can broadcast it.
I don't know. But yeah, it's just, like I said, it was like, I immediately was like, I have Hulu now. I should go there. Or Peacock. It was like, it's not here.
Yeah.
And then it kept telling me to try to open it in the Sci-Fi app. I'm like, I don't have TV service. I pay for Hulu and Peacock. I'm like, stop it, fucking things. Like,
right? Yeah, that fine.
Well, I mean,
sci-fi show Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
No, the thing is like the Fox things do it too. Like, it's the dumbest thing. Like, you can download the FX app, the Fox app, or any of them. They all have the same fucking library. It's all the Fox library. Like,
well, all that stuff is on Hulu now. Those apps are redundant.
All right, okay. Well, that's what I'm saying.
But yes.
Well, are they redundant? Because I mean, Hulu's one of those things, like, you can subscribe to things inside of Hulu, which is a very bad idea. Don't do that. I'm just saying, if you want to open it up at anything else, you will not get a login.
I think the FX apps exist for cable subscribers because then you get free access to the app, and Hulu is not a free thing. But I know that all that content is duplicated on Hulu.
When they first started coming out with those TV apps, and I like loaded all the various channels, and I noticed like the Universal, which is NBC and Comcast and all that stuff, were like, didn't matter which app you launched, they all had the same shit, and the Fox ones were the same way. I was like, why do I have 6 apps when they all have the same fucking library in them?
But there is stuff on the NBC app that is not on Peacock.
Yeah.
And what the fuck? Because it's like old shit, like Buck Rogers and stuff like that. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like I said, I really couldn't care less as far as who wins the shit, but I gotta say, like, if it were down to me and a like gun in my head, it was like, you can have one streaming service right now, what is it going to be? I would go with HBO Max without even blinking an eye, because
that is the app I use the most.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not like, I'm not sucking HBO's dick or whatever. I'm just saying, like, you can do a whole fucking film school with that app alone. Like, if you go in that TCM section, it's like the fucking murderer's row of greatest movies ever made.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a bunch of like weird dumb shit in there too, but I mean, it's just like, Casablanca, Citizen Kane, like, 8.5. I mean, all like 2001. It's all fucking in there.
Yeah.
It's just it's crazy. Like,
Well, they've got that classic library. They've got the deal with Criterion. They've got, superhero stuff, and they've got like 80 years of Sesame Street, and it's just like,
don't forget the Studio Ghibli, Ghibli. Yeah.
Conversely, I will say the app that I use the least, Netflix.
Netflix, I keep thinking that, but then I realize I keep popping in to like watch like comedy things and stuff in there or
Sure,
whatever. But
it is good for that.
like the thing about Netflix and like why it can't go away just yet is it's just like I start to think about it. I'm like, yeah, but then they have that like they've actually kind of become the HBO of streaming services where it's like, yeah, you kind of keep it all the time because it's a pain to cancel and stop and start it. But it's like when that new thing comes out, it's like you better be fucking watching that. It's weird because like I would say HBO is like that. No, I would pay for this monthly and never run out of shit to watch. Whereas like Netflix is now like I just keep paying for it, but
this has the 2 or 3 things on
once
it.
a year when Stranger Things or whatever else comes out, it's like oh shit, we got to see this.
Right. Yeah.
No, it's just weird. Anywho, like I said, I don't care who wins. I just, like I said, the HBO Max library just continues to impress me when I start to dig through it. I'm like, holy shit, why is this in here?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. There's plenty of room for all these streaming services. Absolutely. They are all ridiculously robust for whatever it is that you're hoping to find. The thing is that still there's just so much content out there that's fucking nowhere. And that continues to irk the shit out of me. It's just, if this stuff exists, get it out there. Just get it out there. Physical media, aside for some very small boutique labels at this point, is dead. It's done. So if you were holding on to fucking Bad Blood to get you a dope-ass Blu-ray distribution deal, you blew it. It's not going to happen. Even with our fucking seal of approval on that cover, it's not going to move more than 2,000 copies. So get that shit on HBO Max. Or, I don't know.
Whoever owns it.
Yeah.
That's the thing that always messes with me is like having to figure out who the fuck owns certain things now to know where to go look for them.
That means nothing anymore.
Sort of though, but I mean like, every once in a while I'm just like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot. Like, what did I buy the other day where I thought I made a mistake because it was a Paramount movie and I was like, oh shit, I bought this and it's not Movies Anywhere compliant. And I was like, oh, actually no, Warner Brothers owns it even though the Paramount logo clearly comes up on the opening screen.
Oh yeah, you were talking to me about that. It was
Willy Wonka. That's what it was. Yeah. I was like, yeah, the big Paramount logo, and it's like, yeah, no, Warner Brothers owns that now because whatever. I'm sure they bought it.
Sure.
I mean, that's TBS material or whatever. You just like throw Willy Wonka in the afternoon. It always works.
It does. It always works. All right. Good night, everybody.
Yep.
See ya. There's extra bonus ranting for you. Hope you enjoyed it. TV talk. Get some apps. Zerts.
And Zerts. Yeah.